Hello, Mary. Do you have a moment?
Oh, hello. Should I still be calling you by your first name? I don't know if it's right for me to be calling you Mom just yet, you know?
I think you're right. It's too soon for you to be calling me Mom. I'm not your mother. Yet, anyways.
Oh, sorry to put you on the spot like that. Well, let's start over then, shall we? Hello, Hillary. Thanks for coming to meet me and my parents the other day. It was great to finally meet you.
Ah, yes, that's the thing. Don't mention it.
So, what can I do for you today?
I have a question for you, and I would appreciate an honest answer. You and my husband work at the same company, do you not? And furthermore, you recently started working in the same department together. Is that true?
Yes, that's right. Actually, I heard from Andrew a while ago that his dad was working at the same company as me. But I was totally surprised when I walked into the room where you two were waiting, and who should I see but the person who just got transferred into my branch recently? It was a total surprise.
Well, I suppose our family name is somewhat of a common one, so it doesn't surprise me one bit that you wouldn't suspect that we were related when you saw that we had the same last names. But that's not the issue I'm here to discuss today. The issue is your reproachful behavior towards my husband.
What? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Did I do something that offended him?
Offended? Oh, that's nowhere near strong enough a word to describe your attitude towards my husband. When I left to go to the little girl's room, I saw him apologizing profusely to you, and you were lecturing him like he was a school child. I know my eyes were not deceiving me to see that horrible behavior.
Oh, I'm sorry that you had to see that.
Oh, how dare you behave that way toward the man who will be your future father-in-law! And not to mention, he's been with the company far longer than you have. He must be well above your rank, obviously. And in spite of all that, you were behaving like you were his superior. How shameless of you. I bit my tongue at the time out of concern for my son's feelings for you, but I cannot contain my anger any longer. If you're willing to apologize to me right now for your awful behavior, I'm willing to overlook it. But if you don't, then I withdraw my permission for you to marry my son and my blessings on a happy wedding.
Are you serious?
I am very serious, and I will not accept any excuses from you, Mary. Either apologize to me, or you can forget being a part of this family.
Okay, just so you know, we were actually talking about something to do with work that day, and in your husband's position, really the only appropriate thing to do would be to apologize.
Excuse me?
Really, it was kind of a surprise for me too when he suddenly started acting like that. I told him it was okay and that he didn't need to apologize so much, but, he just kept going. And I wish I could give you more information on what really went down, but like I said, it's company internal matters, so I'm contractually not able to divulge any information to uninvolved third parties such as yourself, ma'am.
Oh, don't talk to me with this legal jargon. What do you mean, internal matters?
I mean exactly what I said. It's a company matter, and since you're not involved, I'm not able to discuss it with you. I get that you'd like to know more about what happened, but please understand that I cannot tell you any more than I've already have.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. But in any case, it seems like you have no intention to apologize to me.
It's like I told you, I'm not the one who has anything to apologize for.
I see. So you have no remorse for treating your soon-to-be father-in-law. So be it. I will not allow you to marry my son, and the wedding is off!
I don't think you're in any position to make that call, Hillary.
I think this goes without saying, but the fault in the situation lies 100% with you, Mary. As such, you'll be responsible for paying for all of the venue cancellation fees. I'll be contacting our lawyer very shortly, and we'll be suing you for that and for the pain and suffering that you have caused this family. Andrew.
Hey, Mary, what's up?
This is bad. Really bad.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Your mom saw your dad apologizing to me at your house the other day.
Oh boy.
She texted me about that just now. And she is really, really mad. Which, in all fairness, I don't really blame her, considering that she doesn't know the whole circumstances. But still, this is bad. She said that if I don't apologize to her for that she's gonna make us break off our engagement.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I had literally just made an explicit promise not to tell anyone about what happened. So it's not like I can just up and spill the beans to her.
Oh, why are my parents always doing things like this? They're inseparable to the point that I almost never see one without the other in the same room, and yet when trouble rears its ugly head, they take completely opposite approaches.
It seems like you're pretty used to this kind of thing from them, huh?
Sorry about that, I just felt the urge to vent. Anyway, for now, I'd like to see the texts Mom sent you, if you wouldn't mind. Is it okay if I head over to your place right now?
Yeah, come on over, it's fine.
Okay, I'll be there in just about an hour or so.
Alright, I'll be waiting for you. Hello there, Mary. Have you prepared yourself for the impending breakup with my son? I haven't heard a thing from you ever since I gave you my ultimatum, so now I'm forced to message you like this. I grow more disappointed with you by the day. How long were you going to keep me waiting? You really are an impudent little girl, aren't you? If you're trying to wait it out and hope I forgive you, it's not going to work. I will not consent to this marriage until you've given me a proper apology. If I may be so bold, I'm marrying Andrew, not you. Why exactly do I need to have your consent? Oh, excuse me? I doubt that Andrew would want to break off our engagement because I won't apologize over a situation in which I did nothing wrong. And frankly, I'm perplexed that you would simply assume that I was in the wrong rather than talking to your husband and finding out what actually happened. That's very immature of you. I'm at a loss of words for you, Mary. To think that you would speak in such an uncivilized manner to the mother of the man you're hoping to marry. Hoping? Yes, hoping! I haven't opened up my consent for you just yet, have I? Oh, I must have missed where we established that I even needed your consent. You little... Stop interrupting me! I'm giving you the lecture that you deserve right now! Oh, right. By all means, go ahead. If a family were like a company, then the mother-in-law is like the superior and the daughter-in-law is the subordinate. And subordinates are supposed to listen to their superiors, correct? If you were to fuss and fret and whine over an order your superior at the company gave you, well, how do you think that would go? Obviously, no superior would stand for that sort of subordination. You would be punished severely, and you would be demoted. Your pay would be cut, you'd be transferred, and your professional life would be finished. Surely even someone of your intellectual capacity could understand what I just explained. Yes, I understand perfectly. So I take this to mean that if someone at a real company actually was repeatedly insubordinate to their superior, then you'd have no issues with that subordinate receiving those type of punishments you laid out, correct? Exactly. Subordinates should know their place. A subordinate who does not and openly disrespects his superior should not go unpunished. Hillary, you are so smart, and I agree with you. All right, that settles it. Looks like your husband is getting transferred. What? Technically, the final call isn't mine to make, but you should probably operate under the assumption that it's going to happen, so I think you should start preparing accordingly to this. Wait, what nonsense are you talking about? I'm sure you're about to become very busy. Since you're going to be moving soon, you should probably start looking for a new house or an apartment, as soon as you get the word of where he's being transferred to. Wait, Mary, what are you talking about? What are you rambling about right now? Sorry, I gotta go. I have some stuff to do. I need to get back to work.
there, Mary. It's been so long since we've seen each other. Would you like to come over and have some afternoon tea with me someday soon? Maybe tomorrow. What are you doing? A friend of mine gave me a box of the most wonderful tea the other day, and I knew I had to share it with you. Oh, and I'm also going to pick up some cake from that new pastry shop downtown. Are you free this weekend? I'd love to have you over to our house if you don't mind. I guess this is your last-ditch effort to stop the inevitable, huh? Well, don't you think you're laying it on a wee bit too thick right now, Hillary? Mary, I guess you finally heard the truth then. You know, about my husband and your husband's position in the company. I heard everything. Come to find out, my husband is a complete useless employee who keeps getting sent around to different departments once he makes too much of a mess for them to deal with. And 3 months ago, he got sent to a new department to work under a young and upcoming leader in the company who happens to be you, Mary. He was frustrated and embarrassed that someone as young as you was placed above someone else who has been in the company as long as him. So he got desperate to prove himself and started working at a faster pace than ever before, which ended up causing a world of problems for your clients and other departments. And since you're his direct superior, you're the one who always had to clean up for his messes. Yeah, that just about covers it. So the reason he was apologizing that day when you came over to meet my parents and I was because he was so shocked to learn that his son's fiancée was none other than the boss he had been causing so much trouble for at the office. And he was desperate to keep you from finding out about what a total disaster his career has been. He was begging me not to tell you that I was his boss. And I had to stop him from getting on his knees and begging me, and that's probably why you thought that I was lecturing him. So you weren't lecturing my husband, you were just trying to get him to maintain his dignity. Oh, and by the way, I guess he was counting on Andrew taking his side and helping to convince me to help him out. He was all like, "You're a man too, son, aren't you? You must know what sort of position I'm in." But Andrew wasn't going for it at all. He just let out a huge sigh and walked out of the room. I see. So that's what happened. I've always been the type to have a pretty solid separation between my work life and my private life. And since our relationship at work would probably only serve to cause problems between us as a family, I didn't have any intentions of bossing him around outside of work. At first, anyway. Then I found out what your husband had been doing at the office ever since he found out I was marrying Andrew. He's been name-dropping me at the company and trying to get other people to give him credit for their work. Like threatening to get them fired if they didn't do as he demanded. He did. I received multiple complaints of that nature from multiple employees in my department. So I made a report of my own to my superior. And as a result, it's been decided that your husband is getting transferred to a branch in, well, the middle of nowhere. Oh no. Oh yes. And you know, you should be grateful, honestly. Most people who screwed up as bad as your husband actually would just get fired for everything they've done. And I bet the only reason he didn't was because the CEO took pity on him. He didn't want to just kick a man your husband's age on the curb with no future employment prospects. Mary, isn't there anything you can do about this? Sorry, Hillary, but the decision is already out of my hands. What's done is done. So no, I'm afraid sucking up to me now isn't going to get you anywhere. You'll either have to move out into Nowheresville with your husband, or make him go by himself while you stay here alone in your house. This can't be happening! I suppose there is a third option. You could always divorce him, but that's about all you have in terms of options when you really think about it. I can't do that! I haven't worked in years, and I can't get divorced at my age! Okay, well, then you're just going to have to talk to your husband about this. What you do from here on out is an issue between the two of you that has nothing to do with me. Wait, I've got it! I know how we can make this all work out. Oh, really? Okay, let's hear it. I'll give you my permission to marry Andrew, and you can move in with us. And if you do that, then I'm sure that everything will work out, whether I divorce my husband or he moves away by himself. That is definitely not happening. Why not? Andrew has been pretty firm since day one that he did not want to move in with you at any point in the future. And I'm respecting my future husband's wishes. But I'm sorry, Hillary, but I really don't see the point of continuing this conversation. I'm just going to keep repeating myself at this point. Mary, please. I'm signing off now. After that, I understood Andrew's parents got into a massive fight. Hillary needed someone to finance her lifestyle, and her husband needed someone to take care of all of the housework. And since neither of them were likely to find a replacement for the other at their age, they decided not to get divorced. So the not-so-happy couple set off for their new life in Nowheresville. However, it didn't take long for her husband to screw up big time, no surprise to anybody, again, in his new post. And this time, they actually were fed up and let him go. And this was apparently too much of a strain for the relationship to handle, so they are getting a divorce this time. They've both been messaging and calling Andrew complaining about the whole situation, but he only ever gives them the same simple response every time. You're getting what you deserve. Andrew is finally fed up with them and wants to cut them out of our lives. So we're making preparations to move in secret so they won't know where to find us. I'm glad to see that he's finally free from having to deal with their nonsense after all these years. And we decided that we didn't want our marriage to resemble his parents in any way, shape, or form. So when we got married the other day, he took my last name instead.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hi, Nana. Are you there?
Hello? Is that you, Teresa?
Yeah, it's me. You're in your bedroom right now, I assume.
Yes, I'm just tidying up. Are you alright? Has something happened?
I'm sorry for just messaging you like this. I really need to talk to you about something. It's important.
Teresa, you're in the same house as me right now. Just come to my room. There's no need to message me.
Okay, well, Stacy is also in the same house as us, you know. I want to talk to you about something that I don't want to be heard, so I'm messaging you from my own room on the second floor.
Okay, Teresa. Now I'm getting worried. Are you going to tell me what's going on?
Nana, when you were in the living room watching TV earlier, did you mutter something about being at your limit?
What do you mean? I said something during my TV watching time?
I'm sorry, I was just right behind you and I heard you say something along those lines. And I see you've been binge watching a lot of TV shows about retirement funds. Then I would catch you glancing in Stacy's direction. It seems like my brother and mom and dad haven't noticed how you both interact with each other. Stacy is acting very hostile towards you, Nana.
Oh, right. You've definitely noticed how she acts towards me. You've always been good at reading the room, Teresa.
Yeah, last year, since I've been spending more time working from home, I've noticed how she acts. When I quit my job to work from home, she seemed to tell me that I'm like a person who just stays at home and does nothing. That's when she started acting hostile towards me as well.
Oh, that sounds about right, coming from her, my dear. I'm sorry that I didn't notice how she was acting towards you, Teresa.
It's okay, Nana. I'm surprisingly calm about the whole thing. I very much just let it go. But when it comes to you, Nana, I needed to discuss it with you or do something about what's happening. Depending on whether this situation continues, we need to consider a counterattack so that we're ready for Stacy. We'll be stronger if there's two of us.
Yes, we need to have something in place. I will be getting my pension again in 2 months' time. As of now, I'll be a grandma that no one would want to mess with. Maybe it's time to take someone's power away from them.
Teresa, we need to talk and you're gonna listen to me. When are you going to start looking for a job?
Really? Stacy, you're still bothering me with that? Oh dear sister-in-law, do you still not understand how working from home is gaining traction around the world and that a lot of people do that? Don't you get why I chose to work like this, Stacy?
But you don't even make a lot of money, so that's pretty dumb of you, isn't it? If you're really making money, then why did you come back to your parents' house when you quit your job, huh?
How many times do I have to explain this to you, Stacy? It's because I'm planning on getting married. I was in the middle of renewing my contract for the apartment, but I decided to come back home until the new place is ready.
Really? If you're getting married, why haven't I seen your husband to be at the house then?
Well, if you must know, he is currently overseas for work at the moment. He'll be back in the country in 2 months.
Oh, really? Now?
Yes, really, Stacy. Look, I'm in the middle of work right now. I'm ending this conversation.
Oh, of course, work. You run along now and do whatever things you class as an actual job.
Nana, are you there? My partner, Alan, he gave me the okay on that matter we were discussing about.
Oh, right. Has he really?
Yes, it's a go. Also, I talked to my brother about how Stacy is milking you for all you've got. He knows about the pension stuff.
Oh, okay. So something has finally been said about it.
If I didn't tell him about it, Nana, we couldn't proceed with our plan.
Yes, of course. That's all right, Teresa. It was good that I left the timing up to you when it comes to talking to your brother.
That's fine, Nana. We can now do what needs to be done. Also, Alan wanted to say hi to you online before he gets back to the States. Is that okay?
He wants to talk to me online?
Yeah, we use the internet to connect with him so that we can video chat and things while he's out of the US.
Oh, I see. Now is the time to talk to him before he gets back. I've met Alan several times, but it would be good to greet him properly since he's able to call.
Right, okay. Mom, Dad, and my brother said that they wanted to say hi to Alan too. Stacy will be out of the house at her part-time job on Saturday at around 1 o'clock, so we can talk to him then. Does that suit you?
Got it. Yes, that sounds good. Hey, thank you so much for all that you've done for me so far, Teresa. Oh, I hope this plan works.
For goodness sake, Teresa, you obviously still haven't been out job hunting, have you? You better hurry up and get out of doing nothing mindset. Otherwise, you're going to have trouble adjusting back into society, aren't you? You know what? Why don't I introduce you to a job that you can do?
Enough with your hassling about me getting a job when I work from home. I need to talk to you about something.
Oh yeah, and what might that be?
Stacy, have you been using my Nana's pension without her permission?
Huh? What are you talking about?
About 1 year ago, you said something like, "It's dangerous for the elderly to be handling any money, so I will do it for you from now on." You took her credit card and her ID so that you could have authority over her information, didn't you? It is right to say that you've only been giving her $105 a month while you keep the rest from her.
Wait a second, I told her to keep quiet.
My Nana doesn't usually spend a lot of money on things. My dad has been covering the food and water bills, so it seemed like there were no problems at all.
Well, isn't that right? Then there's nothing wrong, right?
I don't think so, Stacy. Funny enough, there's been an increase on branded items lying about the house.
What? No, there's not. What are you talking about?
Well, explain how one time you went on a getaway trip 1 week after her pension came through. You only work 3 times a week, making $10.50, right? At that sort of pace, can you really afford to splurge with the sole money you're earning?
What? Is this talk seriously, Teresa?
And then when it comes to the credit card bill, when I ask my Nana to see it, she never seems to show me.
Well, that's just...
Is it something that you don't want to be seen by anyone? Is that it?
No way! That's not it at all! I never thought that I would get accused by a silly little girl named Teresa who doesn't even bother finding a job. I was just trying to do what's best for your Nana and manage her finances. What's the big deal? I'm just trying to be helpful.
You were never being helpful in the first place. Basically, what you need to do is give my Nana her credit card back.
Whatever, Teresa. Ugh. You're just the little parasite that will be living in your parents' house forever. You have no say in any matters since you're single and have no children. So shut up. If you want to give your own opinion, at least start working hard or get married, whichever comes first.
Really? Is that what I should do? In my honest opinion, I understand how your mind works really well, Stacy.
Use your brain, you useless woman. All you have to do to understand what I'm saying is to understand Teresa. Oh, Teresa? It's rare for me not to see you in the mornings and then not see you return home. I was being cautious when it came to talking about your Nana's pension, but now I wonder if it's really necessary. Oh, Teresa, we all know you have no job and you're super single, so anything you accuse me of is invalid. You've probably finally realized that you're in no position to stand up. Enough of my rambling. So excited that it's pension day tomorrow. It's been a long 2 months, but don't worry, I'll take good care of it this time. Let the money roll in. Teresa, I bet this is all you're doing.
What? I have no clue what you're talking about.
I can no longer use Nana's credit card or any of her documents.
Oh, it's about getting her pension money out of her account, I assume.
Yes, what else would I mean? Today is the payment day, so I went to take out the money and I couldn't use the credit card.
Oh, right. Yeah, I went to the bank and said that it had been lost, so they canceled the card and reissued it to me.
What? They reissued the card?
Yeah, I got a bit carried away with the whole thing since Nana wasn't sure how to go about it. It's her pension and she has the right to use that money. It's not an allowance for you to go out and splurge on whatever you please. That money is not yours. About $31,000 has disappeared from that account in the time that you've managed it. So it's obvious that you've spent all that money, right?
That's not it. Why would you stop making such weird accusations about me? I shouldn't expect anything less from a lazy parasite like you who doesn't want to work. If you don't stop with this crap, then I'll throw you and your stupid Nana right out of this house.
Would you really do that, Stacy? That would be a bit difficult considering Nana and I already moved out. Didn't you notice?
Wait, you moved out of the house?
Well, my partner has come back from working overseas, you see. So I took Nana with me and we moved into my new house.
But this can't be true. You have a partner, really?
I talked about my Nana's situation with Alan, and we thought that the best thing to do for her right now is for her to live with us. Then it became my mission to get my Nana's bank account back from my gold-digging sister-in-law. My partner advised me to reissue another credit card so that nothing on the original card could be accessed. So that's what I did.
How could you do this to me, you little parasite? I feel absolutely sick to my stomach. This can't be happening. I just got home from my job. What the heck is this?
What is it now, Stacy?
Everything in the house except my stuff is gone. Where are your parents? Where's my husband? There are divorce papers on top of my things.
Oh, yes. I told my parents and my brother about Nana's pension situation and how you were taking her money.
What? You told them?
From that point, my brother thought of going to the credit bureau so they could investigate further since they were big allegations.
What? The credit bureau? What could they possibly do?
Surprisingly, a lot. The other day, an investigation report came through. It also seems like that you were having an affair behind my brother's back.
That's a lie.
But in the end, they figured out where that $31,000 had been spent. It seems like you were using it with that man you were cheating with. Is that correct?
No, you're wrong. That's not true.
Along with the divorce papers, you should find papers that we have served to you for cheating and a lawyer's business card. My brother intends to sue you for your infidelity and will request alimony for the pain you have caused him, and for taking my Nana's pension and using it for your own benefit. It seems like you will have to pay the full amount.
No, you've got all this wrong. I didn't have an affair. It's not true. This is an outrage.
If you have anything to say about it, take it up with the lawyer. Don't even think about contacting us directly.
But you've got all this wrong. I can't pay back that sort of money.
You telling me that we've got it all wrong is not going to change the decisions my family has made. You've ripped off my Nana, and my brother is heartbroken. We'll see you in court. You better hire a good lawyer. You're going to need one.
Teresa, you've got to listen to me. I need to tell you my side. This isn't what happened. I didn't do anything. I swear. Come back.
After talking to Stacy, my brother got a call from her. She repeatedly kept saying that it's all wrong, and he let out a sigh and hung up. The house I had lived in up until now was a rental, so I quickly canceled the contract and moved out. Also, my brother received alimony from Stacy and her cheating partner. In total, Stacy used about $50,000 from Nana's pension account, and now Stacy's parents are paying my Nana back. They'll get the money as Stacy's own debt in the years to come. Well, of course, to pay off her debt, Stacy is working from morning to night rather than just working part-time. With having no big amounts of money, she lost her house and now lives in a rundown apartment on the outskirts of the city. Her clothes and appearance are in tatters, but it looks like she still goes to work every day. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.